Konbancheyo. Hi, I'm Pistachio Shouakuma. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I kept messing up the unmute button, so there was a little bit of lag because I was trying to click the unmute button and it was not working. But hi everyone, hi. Today we are having Shouakuma Shuffle. If you don't know what that is, it's our approximately 1 hour long Zatsudan series where we just chat about some random things for an hour at times and days when our streams normally aren't. So we shuffle them into the week. So hi everybody. Konban everybody. This is little fella. Konban Smicky. Hi. This is like the best time of the year because I feel like I look really good in the cold, like blue kind of ambiance, you know? Much better than like the other times of the year. It's good for my complexion, I think. The cold weather. Look at it. Yeah. I'm gonna be really sad when the holiday is over because I like this. The Chio core, yeah. I'm gonna be really sad when the holidays are over because I feel like I didn't get to use this outfit enough. I forgot to use it at the beginning of December, and it's like too Christmas themed to say that it's like, oh, you could use it after, like it's just general winter. No, this is pretty darn straight up Christmas theme. So I think we'll have to give it until December and then wrap it up. I have to really start planning karaoke, and if you don't know what that is, every year I do a holiday themed karaoke. That's kind of a big event, and I do it around Christmas time, and I'm realizing Christmas is next week, so I'm probably gonna have to do karaoke Monday or Tuesday, huh? Here, wait, let's look at a calendar. Calendar. Google calendar. So Christmas is Thursday. Christmas Eve will be out of town. So yeah, either Monday or Tuesday. I'm gonna have, it's not a lot of time, but I have more time now because today, a couple hours ago, was my last final. Yeah. How was your final? I don't have any projects really. I have to read one research paper for a meeting I have Friday, and then I have to do something with my lab on Sunday. But after that, that's like piddly stuff, and the stuff on Sunday is supposed to be like a hangout, like chill. But after that, I'm gonna tell them like at least 2 weeks, at least minimum 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. I'm not coming to meetings. I'm not, doing research. Like, leave me alone. Don't call my number. Don't text my email. Don't email my email. Don't, I just need to be detached from homework and lab research work and all that stuff so I can relax. Yeah, the final went well. I had my one and only final for this semester. I think it went well. Don't hurry emoji me, we're done. Exactly. How did the final go? So to get an A in the course, I needed to get 28 out of 30 correct. It's gonna be touch and go. During every exam I take, I give each question a rating. I put a heart next to it if I'm 100% sure I got it. I do like, here, wait, let me type in chat. I do this if I'm like half sure about it. And then I do a question mark if like it's a real Hail Mary. And I think there's only one question mark. Basically, I did the math and there were about 25 that I was 25 out of 30 that I was confidently sure that I got fully correct. So that means there's 5 that were undetermined, but they were only sideways frown face, not question marks. So, and I was able to like half reason with them, like they weren't full guesses. They were like, okay, I can't remember here, wait, I can actually look one up right now. What? And I should know this off the top of my head. Here, wait. Oh, I was right. I was right, right? Yes! I should have known if I should know this by the reason. Okay, so we were allowed 4 pages of notes, which kind of is a lot. It's kind of an insane amount. Normally you get, so it was like 2 double-sided sheets of paper, but I don't really reference them. But there's some stuff that what I put on the sheets is like, we have this thing called Anki, which is flashcards, and the professors make the Anki deck, and they basically choose stuff from the exam straight off the Anki deck. So I will go through the deck, and there's like 300 flashcards, and any of them that I can't like immediately remember, that went on the note sheet. Anything, we're allowed to look at past year's exams, so anything I got wrong on those, that went on the note sheet. But some things are, like, do you ever have it where there are some things that were really easy that I didn't put on the note sheet because I'm like, this is so easy, I don't need it. And one of them was something about SSDs. And one of the questions was what input-output pattern is the most difficult for SSDs? And it was random reads, random writes, sequential reads, sequential writes. And I couldn't remember. But I was able to cross off both sequential and random reads because there's no reason why reading is difficult for SSDs. But SSDs are block devices, so they can't just rewrite like one line. If you save a new thing on an SSD, it has to like completely save all of that data to a new page, which is difficult. And then I was like, would it be random or would it be sequential? Well, of course, random would be harder because it would have to write and redo more pages. Does that make any sense? Listen to me through how bad a student I was. No, I'm like, come on, Gaggity. I was going over questions I had on my exam. But TLDR, 25 out of 30, I was very confident in the questions. 5 of them were so-so. And so if luck be a lady tonight, I need 28 out of 30 to get an A in the class. They say it sounds like you're gonna say it's wrong. No, that's correct. I'm pretty sure that's correct. It's just I had to think it through on the exam, and it did get I gave it a sideways frowny face because I wasn't like, every other question I could do it like instantaneously. And look, if you've ever been a lady to begin with, please. Please be a lady tonight, please. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. What other kind of questions like stumped me? There was one that was, it was funny because all the stuff that I was stumped on actually wasn't from this class. It was from a class that should be reviewed from an operating system course I took. But the problem is I was too overconfident. I was like, oh, all this stuff is review from my operating systems class that I've taken, so I don't need to take notes on it. One was about like they give you a section of code and they say because you have multi-threaded programs where 2 things are happening concurrently, they're like, what are the possible outcomes? And I think it could have either been, there was 2, they had options A through E, like multiple choice, and option A was 5, and option C was -4 or 5. But I think the answer was 5. I loved it. It was the hardest course I've taken, but it was the most fun, I think. It was interesting to learn about everything. Fan, huh? Guys and dolls. No, it's just a saying. They co-opted it surely. So yeah, but that was fun. My professor gave me chocolate. The class was horrible and horribly run, but it wasn't her fault. I would never blame her. Because she ran it with another professor, and the other professor, I think, this is how it always is. There's a lot of courses that are run by 2 professors, and they each have a section that they teach. And because it's technically the same course, they have to agree on stuff. And I just know that the other professor must have been like the evil one. Because whenever there's something like that where there's 2 professors teaching the same course, there's always an evil one who's like, I think the children need to be screwed over. I think the children need to have, you know, Professor Evil. Yes, there's a little Professor Good and Professor Evil. But I think my professor was Professor Good. And they were really nice, and they gave us chocolate. It'll build character. I've never had a split class like that. It's really common in the angelic realm. I think just because there's like the classes are so big. Yeah. And so it was really, it was interesting. And but she gave us chocolate because I had 4 hours for the to do the exam. It only took me 1 hour because I'd go to they have like a separate testing area and section if you're disabled. And so normally, if you have ADHD, you get double time. So normally the exam is 2 hours, you get 4 hours. I don't have ADHD, so normally I'm not allowed to get double time, but it kind of just makes it annoyingly confusing for the people at the testing center. So my professor is like, I don't care. Like, she was such a G though, because like that was her whole thing. Is at the beginning of the semester, I got an email from her and it was like, you have disabled accommodations, meet me in my office. And I'm like, great. Making the disabled kid come all the way up to your office. Real classy lady. And I was kind of pissed off. At the beginning of the semester, I was kind of pissed off. I was like, I have a million things to deal with. You're making me come to your office, whatever. Because they have to manually like approve of your accommodations, and normally they just do it over email, but she's like, I want to see you in person. Come on, Hannah. And I was like, whatever. And I was like, so I went up there, but no, she's actually really sweet. And she's like, I just don't want you to have a hard time in this class. Like, because she was really strict during class. She was like, never email me. Never, ever email me ever. And she's like, oh, you know that thing I said in class? Ignore that. I do that so like students don't bother me all the time and I can keep my inbox free for students like you. So her and I were chummy, you know, we'd email and stuff. So she was really nice. And so then she would bring chocolate to class a bunch, and I told her like I don't have double time I don't have double time accommodations for exams, so I'll just tell them that. And she was like, why? She's like, you're already disabled and your life is hard and you're working harder than everyone else. Why would I make your life hard? She's like, it's fine. Just take the double time accommodations, even if it's not on your accommodation sheet. And I was like, I think I'm in love with you. I think I'm in love with you. I think I'm in love with you, ma'am. Every second C school says, has it required the full test time? I've taken 3 separate cryptography courses, and every single one I had to go over time. Every single one was like a 3-hour exam, and by the end of, and it only had like 3 questions, by the way. That's the real kicker. It's about all of this cryptography. They had 3 questions. Do you want to know how brutal this was? 3 questions. You were allowed to have as many notes as you want, and he said, come up to the front of the class and you can use my laptop to Google stuff if you want. He said, anything you want, Google it. He's like, if you forgot to come up and Google it. You literally had access to anything you want, and I got 1/3 of them right. I got 1 out of 3 right, and that was considered passing. That was considered passing. I got an A in that class. I got 1 out of 3 right, and it was like a half right. That's how bad it was. It was like insane. And yeah, that was very crazy. It was horrible. It's horrible. Very interesting field, but like, you have to be double majoring in mathematics. Like, you really need to like, you need to know math. Like, and I don't think I was quite up to snuff there. They're talking about wacky stuff that you can't even comprehend. You can't even comprehend. Fields and groups and oh my god, I don't want to, it's like giving me chills. You have to be like the best at probability that is ever considered probability ever. I still count on my hands. If you asked me to do like 3 times 8, my fingers are coming out, okay? So it's a hard class. I'm good at at math, like I'm bad at stuff like that. So, but it was really fun. It was really fun, and it's very useful, bruh. It's very useful for other stuff. But it's like my friends always dog on me for that. But it's like, you know, that's what a calculator is for. They're never gonna put me in a room. Hopefully, God willing, they're never gonna put me in a room and be like, okay, Pistachio, solve, you know, this computation across this real number group with just a pen and paper. So it's like, it's okay if I can't do 3 times 8 with just my hands. Because 2 times 8 is 14. 15, 16, 17. So it's 21. We have to bring back, you know what we should do for a shuffle? So they're killing me. What? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, it's 24. Doubly wrong. It's 24. No, it's 4. Shut up, wait. You guys are fucking with me. You said 14. That's 7. No, I was testing to it. Let's see. You guys are lucky I keep you on your toes or you'd forget basic math, huh? It appears that humans have progressed past farther than I thought. This is now considered trivial to you. Back in the day, you guys didn't even have a writing system that accounted for double-digit numbers. Back in my day, you guys didn't even have a writing system that accounted for double-digit numbers, so I don't want to hear it. Species that didn't have a writing system that accounted for double-digit numbers, say what? But it seems you guys have progressed now. But things are trivial. I'll have to come up with better. The archive stream too. No. Of course not. Surely not. They think I don't know. But just to test your touch of knowledge, we should do what Chio Papa used to make me do, where we do the flashcards, where it says, oh, you know what we should do? You know what we should do? We did this when I was in Demon Elementary. What you do is you get the paper, and it's the paper that it's a test, and it has the 1's multiplications, the 2's multiplications, the 3's multiplications, the 4's multiplications, all the way up to the 12's multiplications. And for every row that you got correct, like if you got all the 1's correct, by default, you got ice cream. Getting all the 1's correct might get you chocolate syrup. Getting all the 2's correct might get you sprinkles. Getting all the 3's correct might get you gummy worm. It was like that. Yeah. So I did get all up to 12 times 12. So at some point, many thousands years ago, it was trivial, and it still is trivial. We'll buy the other one tomorrow. Yay! When is the winter Steam sale? It usually happens... Oh! Wait! Shouldn't you have waited, Fullstar? I think the winter Steam sale is in like a day. Winter Steam sale starts in 17 hours, 41 minutes, and 1 second. You should have waited. Oh my god! What is this? Oh my god. Wait. Horsefest. The upcoming Steam themed sales event. February 19th to February 23rd is Horsefest. Oh my god. Because it's a start. No! It's true. It's true. I still have, guys, you're gonna lambast me. You're gonna kill me. I still have not put up my Christmas tree. I'm doing it today because I've been so busy. But now, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Having my final be done, it's like, I don't know. You ever see ice on a small lake? And you know it's cold enough where it should be frozen through, but you're walking on it and it's very tentative and you're very scared and you're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, like that kind of feeling. That's how I feel now that the exam's over. I'm always kind of like that. Like, it takes a while for my body to understand that, like, the stress is gone. Like, you don't... And then I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll be like, oh, my test, my exam. And I'm like, you don't have that anymore. I'm like, oh, my project, you don't have that anymore. Like, chill. Chill. So, I just have to wait for the cortisol levels to drop. I have to wait for the cortisol levels to drop, and then I'll be able to... But it sucks because that always eats into my vacation. Like, whatever amount of vacation I have, at least a third of it is spent, like... So, yeah, at least a third of it is, like, spent, like, getting my brain back to not being, like, freaked out all the time. So, I'm surprised. Also, this is bad of me. It's for that you could see what time last night. I sent the goodnight chores sticker. It was late. It was late at night in the Discord when I sent the goodnight chores sticker. Because I was having fun. And I finished studying. Oh, also one thing about me. I have two things. One, do not study the day of an exam. That sounds insane, but I know what I'm doing. I'm like an A student. I know what I'm doing. Do not study the day of the exam. Why? At that point, you're not going to learn anything more. That's what I tell myself. I'm like, Chio, everything you know is already there. That's how I always calm myself down before a test. Like, what's going to happen is going to happen because all that you know is in your head. And if it's not there, well, then you're screwed and it's too late to change it. And if you know it, then that's good. But anytime I ever try and study the day of a test, I just stress myself about it more. So I don't study the day of a test. And then also, I never change my answers. If I write down an answer on a test, it is not being changed. I'll go through at the end to make sure I marked what I meant to mark. But I will never, ever erase something and change it. Because whatever divine intuition I had at the start is rarely wrong. And there's nothing more. I would rather be wrong and definitively wrong and accept that, because there's nothing worse in the world than marking down an answer, erasing it and changing it, and the original one you had marked down was right. That is like, that'll kill you. So you just have to stick to your conviction and whatever the intuition was there. It deals you already know strong. Yeah, I think, like, I had my notes sheet that we're allowed to bring in the test, so I, like, went over that. But, because anytime... Oh, they didn't have any questions on the test, but luckily, I did realize that I accidentally missed, like, a section of material that was at the last lecture. It was on, like, processing, like, geographic data. And I realized I didn't have anything on it. And I was like, oh... That's rough. Hopefully there's no questions about that. There's no questions about it. So I'm lucky da. See, this is what not studying the day of gets you. It gets you strong convictions that affect, you know, gives you good luck. It gives you good luck. Oh, yeah, last night I was going kind of crazy. Okay, I'm also happy that I'm so happy that exam season is over, because this is what it would be like. Do you want to know what's so funny? Oh, I feel like this would bang as a tweet. So I think someone said it's called body doubling. It's where you can only get work done when there's someone else there. My angel friend, I cannot, if I am with her, I can work from, you know, 8 a.m. to midnight. And I will not look at my phone. I will not look at my phone. I will not do that. I will be completely fine. If I am on my own, it is 10 minutes of work, 10 minutes of Twitter, 5 minutes of work, 7 minutes of Twitter. So what I did, I found she uses this app that, like, it locks your phone and it starts growing at, like, a virtual tree. And if you use your phone, it, like, kills the tree. I didn't need to do that. Well, I used that, but it also has a feature where you can put up money where, like, I don't know, you put like $1 or however much. A Discord noise. I don't think it should have been. Yeah, and then poetry, yes, you should. And then another one is you put up, like, you can put money on it. And then if you don't touch your phone, you get the money back. But if you touch your phone, it donates it to like growing trees in like deforested areas of the world. So it's like, that's cool. I didn't need to put any make fun of distractions. Oh my God, it worked on me. But the one on my phone was all well and good, but then I was on my laptop and I could just open Twitter on my laptop. So it was so funny looking at, you can have a block list, which is basically you can go on all websites except the ones explicitly blocked. Or you can have an allow list, which is you can only go on the allowed website. So I just had a block list, but it was so funny. The websites were blocked were it was Twitter. I kept YouTubing because I need to look up the tutorial. It was just Twitter and surprisingly, VTuber Wiki, because I was listening to VTuber music and like every song I'd be like, I have to look up who this VTuber is. I have to look up who this VTuber is. I have to look up who this VTuber is. And I would go at, so literally like 10 times within an hour, I would try and go on VTuber Wiki and then it would come the pop-up and be like, are you sure you really want to kill a tree? Are you really gonna do that? You can go back still. And then I have to click out of the tab and I was like, oh my God. But the guilt of it worked. The real money is such a powerful feature. Yeah, the guilt of it all worked. I mean, I was able to get a lot of work done. But I thought that was so funny that like the only websites that I needed blocked were like Twitter and VTuber Wiki. That's cute. It's kind of interesting because I was like, wow. I started following a couple of VTubers because I liked their music on Spotify and I was like, wow, this is how you reach the masses. This is crazy. Or like, I don't know, it was crazy. Some VTubers would have like 10,000 plus monthly listeners. And I'm like, that's crazy. VTube, Twitter, and VTube Wiki, yeah. It all comes back down to that, huh? Man, I don't even understand Twitter. Don't even talk to me about Twitter. Twitter? I'm genuinely tweaking TF out. Because I feel like I must have hit my head on a pavement at some point in my life and it removed the part that is supposed to like understand how to be good at posting on social media, and somehow every other VTuber has that part of their brain intact. Because I've tried everything. I've read every, book, social media document. I've taken notes on what other VTubers do that seems to work. Nothing I post makes it out of like the 9 people who always see my tweets, and you 9 are real ones, okay? You're the same sub 10 people that always like my tweets. Please don't stop. It's keeping my mental health together. But it's like nothing I do. I have gained maybe 2 followers on Twitter this year. That sounds crazy, but yeah, I probably maybe only gained 2. Yeah, but like the tweets that I grab are from VTubers who have like, I have like 600 follows. I'm grabbing tweets from VTubers who have like 1,000 followers and their tweets go viral. And they're all like very, I don't want to say basic, but they're nothing like, I have them saved in a folder. They're nothing like crazy. I have a folder where I keep tweets that were successful, especially related to debuts and stuff. And I only choose VTubers that are like maybe like 1,000 followers more. And so I'm like, I really don't get it. And I feel like there's something wrong with my brain that like I missed some sort of like inherent ability to connect with the masses or something. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying, obviously, but I feel like it's not my strong suit, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so I've only gained like 2 Twitter followers in like the whole year. Because nobody, I know why they pop off. Things that pop off are things that get people to comment. Things that get people to comment. Things that get people to linger on the tweet for a while. Things that, the commenting is huge. The commenting or quote retweeting is huge. Things that get people to linger on the tweet. And liking is a big thing. God, it's a rage bait, because that's the thing, right? So the thing is, there's another brand of tweets other than rage baiting that works, but I also can't do. And I don't know if it's the autism. I can't do. The other brand besides rage baiting is playing dumb. And I am a 2,000-year-old genius demon descended of the smartest dude. Like, you cannot throw me in a river, threaten to kill me, do anything you want, don't make me play dumb. Never. I would rather be torn apart by wolves. I would rather be torn apart by wolves. I can't do it. It's like the number one. My pride would never let me. My pride would never, ever, ever in my life ever let me play dumb, especially just for Twitter likes. So I can't do that either. I see a lot of like, oh, you know what I should start doing? Every time I see one of these posts, I click my teeth and I go, oh, I should have done that. Getting dumb a core part of article culture? No. No. There's a shallow view. There's many types of idols. They're cutesy, which a lot of people just presume that they're dumb. But no, a lot of them are very like, you know, they're just, you have to have different ones in a unit. Because usually it's the idol units. You have like the innocent one, you have like the bookish one. Out on Twitter. That's true. That's true. I also see people, oh, this always gets me. You know when you see like the, oh, I should have done it first? There's a million things that like, I mean, I've been a VTuber for a long time now that are like very obvious second nature to me. And then people will post them on Twitter like as like a, oh, VTubers, if you don't know how to do this. I saw someone post a video about how to separate your OBS VOD tracks. And it got like 300K views. And I was like, what? Are there really people that like, no, but I guess there's new VTubers every day. Technically there's new VTubers every day. So there's always people who don't know what you know. I don't know. I'm still learning. The tiny minuscule person around that are seeking for questions. See, because I know so much. That's what you're trying to say, right? Because I know so much. Yeah. I need a... If I had $1 million, well, I would invest it. No, if I had $1 million, I'd want to do the... I know there are people that you can do like... this is like a thing that corpo VTubers have. Where they do like management consults. And sometimes there's like people who their job is to look like over social media accounts to be like, this is things that you could work on. This is why it's not working. Stuff like that. The thing you know, crazy, give me someone else can't do. Yeah, I think I just have to. I have to leverage that. Like, there's this VTuber that I like. I feel like I should do stuff like this. She really is into bugs, and she makes these YouTube shorts or these like TikTok style videos that she just goes over like, this is this bug. This is a fact about this bug. Now you've seen this bug. And I'm like, that's so cute. That's so cute. But I feel like bugs are cute. Nobody wants to hear like, did you know SSDs are bad at random writes, but are okay? No, this is Lemmy Lycan. I love Lemmy's design. I'll write their name here. Lemmy Lycan. Doesn't teach me about bugs. Ladybug is sometimes not Ladybug. Sometimes it's evil Ladybug that is apparently an invasive species and you have to kill them. That is the truth. That's all I got. That's all I got. Yeah. So that's what I've been up to. Sometimes it's Surbug. So true. That's actually Truth Nuke. That's actually Truth Nuke. Yeah, thank you. I'm always appreciative of all chores. I'll say that. But it comes in handy that some chores are on my same circadian cycle, because often like 2 hours before I go to bed, I'll be like, chores, I need your opinion on something, or chores, I don't feel so good, or chores, kind of going crazy. And it's always like the same people who are on my same circadian cycle who are like, yoshi, yoshi, it's okay. Warm enough that these beetles start hatching and crawling out of the cracks in the wall by the thousands. Like a horror movie. Oh my god, that's horrible. That's actually like horrible, horrible. That's horrible, horrible. Oh my god. I hate that too. And it's horrible. But yeah, the reason I stayed up so late last night, even though I was on... Oh, another thing that, you know how I said I had to block Twitter and the VTuber wiki from my phone? I had no way of blocking it, but literally I would be taking notes on my iPad, 5 minutes, close out, open up the Procreate app, and say, Chio, you can't sketch. You can't sketch. And then go back to taking notes. I caved a couple times. I caved a couple times. There's a couple sketches I did, but I persevered pretty well. And then that happened last night. I was supposed to be studying, but I drew 3.0 stuff for like 3 hours. I drew 3.0 stuff for like 3 hours. With Flap. Yeah, it was so cute. I wanted to hop in to listen, but I know myself and I'm not the type of person that stuff like that. Like, I know people, they're like, oh, I can have like a VTuber up in the background and then I'll get my work done. No. No, I'm not a passive listener. For music, I can kind of do it. And most of the time I just work in silence. Music, I can kind of do it. But anytime there's like a live interaction sort of thing, I know I've said this before, why I struggle with live streams, I am a heavy commenter. I am a heavy commenter because, yeah, I want VTuber girls to pay attention to me. Yeah, so I can't. And the same thing is when I'm in a Discord, I'll be like, hey, what's up, guys? What are we doing here? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So I can't. What about, dude? I know, and I'm always such a creep. I had a time where I was going to like every one of Nino's streams for like a couple weeks, but I just felt like mega otaku pervert because I was always like, Nino, your model's looking so cute today. Oh, Nino, your voice is so cute. Oh, Nino. And I was like, oh my god, no, stop. I'm a cute girl on the internet too. So it's okay. We're both cute girls on the internet. It's okay. You're not mega talking about me. I just have to, it's like I want to like shake her and be like, no, I'm not creepy. I'm not creepy, I swear. And she's like, oh, thank you, Chio. Thank you. Or she says Chewy. She says, thank you, Chewy. And I'm like, this is why, yeah. You guys, I don't have an Oshi because if I had an Oshi, it would be bad. If I had an Oshi, I would be thousands of dollars in debt. And I would have, you know, much more mental instability. So this is why I did the only morally right thing and I became a VTuber. Guys, for the safety and sanctity of the world, I removed that evil from the equation and I became a VTuber myself. I became a VTuber myself to remove this, you know, categorical evil from from being unleashed into the world. Yeah, exactly. Wait, I was going somewhere. I'll become VTubers ourselves. No, you can't become a VTuber because this is what always happens. This is not like not of truth, but I've seen this before where a viewer becomes a VTuber. What's the fullest? Thank you for being here. Viewer becomes VTuber. VTubing is a lot of time. You don't have any time to watch your Oshi anymore. So if you guys do want to become VTubers and it is your path in life, I respect it. And then I miss you. So I don't know. I don't want to say like you can't, but I'm saying you can. I'm not saying to blow our money on. So you guys are saying you'd bet your money on my merch? A horror story to tell. 2-sentence horror. Oh, I have another fun. Here, wait, let me write this down. Tell it to me. Let me write this down so I can tell you a funny story. I'm writing it down so I don't forget. I want to too. The only thing is, hashtag we live in a society. Actually, we do. Hashtag we live in a society, and like, I will have to contact them once I have more stuff, but there's like 10 merch companies, and there's a couple I've reached out to, and they kind of ghost me, and they only work with like, they work with indie VTubers, but the indie VTubers we're talking about are like, you know, bigger. I want to ask, oh, you know who I should ask? I'm actually gonna, here, wait, I think I asked them about this. Let me check my DMs. There is a VTuber that I know. Okay, here we go. There we go. Yeah, I messaged the VTuber called Mint Mai. Maybe we've rated her before. She's like a bakery VTuber. And she does all the merch and merch fulfillment myself. And I mean all the merch fulfillment herself. And she says that she uses a PO box that she runs and uses it as a business address. But that's the issue, because then it kind of like region docs you. The VTuber I watched had this huge fan who often went 1,000% where the fan started streaming and never went back to that VTuber again. That's exactly it though. That's not even like a horror, well, it is horror story, but it's like the world's most commonest horror story ever. The world's most commonest horror story ever. Yeah, it's very not strange. So I guess if you did like, you can rent like virtual PO boxes, or like you can rent PO boxes from a different part of the world or like a different state. So even though I'm in the heavenly realm, I think I could just rent one in like a random ass state just for the address. I wonder if I could do that and then send, because that would actually, that's the issue with making merch with other places. You get a small, I mean, to be fair, any VTuber who does merch, you're just about breaking even on it. You're not really making any profit. You do it because you like want your viewers to have merch, basically. I think you make a little bit, but like not very much. But I know how to do merch production myself because I used to want to be a convention artist. But yeah, I have to think about that. I'd have to think about that. That'd be kind of cool. You know what I should try? Oh, I could just send it to, cause let me look this up. Is it legal to send a package with no return address? You can, but it's not recommended. And it's restricted for certain mailings. And if it becomes lost, then it's lost. And then, but do they stamp it with something? Do they stamp it with something? You can just put the destination address as the return address as well. Oh. With what the origin post office is, I believe. They're stamped with it, right? It's gonna have code stamped anyways. Yeah. Yeah, so I think I have to work with a merch company. So I have to, once I have more commercial artwork for 3.0 and stuff, I'll have to send it out. You need a relay, yeah. It's not easy. Or a trusted individual, or responsible to it. Yeah, something. All right, let me clear my throat. Something like that, yeah. Many things to ruminate about. Ruminate on and about. Because I would like to do merch. It's one of my big goals, for sure. It's for sure one of my big goals. Because I want merch of myself, too. I mean, I want merch of myself, so, you know, I want to have what is that called? I want to be self-absorbed. I want to be self-absorbed. Yay! So, I could do something like that. Oh, yeah. I wrote down this funny story. So, after I finished studying on campus, it was like getting near midnight. I was gonna walk straight to the magic circle that would teleport me home. And I was like walking around, I was kind of beelining it for the magic circle. And I was like, why? I realized, I was like, you know, I don't know, I was feeling very sentimental because it's my last semester, next semester. So it was late at night. Like, most of the buildings should be closed. I probably looked like a homeless person, but I just went around and every, like, school building, I just tried to get into it and look around. A lot of them are unlocked, I think, because it's final season. So I was just walking around random buildings that I've never been at for, like, like an hour. It's been like an hour going around. And mostly I just do, like, random cleaning crews, and they'd, like, look at me kind of like, oh, you shouldn't be here, and then I'd, like, run away. Then I would run away, and I got a lot of cool photos. I got a lot of really cool nighttime photos. I really like nighttime, like, photography. So, it was really fun. Exploring campuses, yeah, it was really fun. It's really fun. It gave me a lot of good ideas for where to study next time. I was in a lot. Oh my god, that's, like, so huge. Yeah. So, like, with great something comes great responsibility. With great responsibility comes great responsibility. Yeah. I should have the keys to our lab. I just don't have them yet because I'm too lazy. Great power, yeah. I don't have the keys to the lab because I'm too lazy to fill out a 3-sentence form that gives me permission for it. But I want to, like, go there, like, really late at night. I want to go there really late. Everybody was laughing at me because we had to pull, like, basically an all-nighter for a paper that we were submitting. And they're like, oh, Chio, it's not fun. You're just, like, you know, you're romanticizing it. And I was like, no. They're like, once the day comes, you won't think it's fun. I was having a great time. I love staying in buildings past when you are typically socially acceptable to stay in a building. Because it makes you feel special. It makes you feel special. So it was fun, yeah. And I like that. So I have lots of good photos now. They also look kind of creepy because, you know, it's like winter. It's like creepy, like, I don't know. I like it. You know, I was kind of like, there's a couple of places that I was going that my karate instincts were kind of kicking in. But, dude, I heard a noise. I'm always one of these days, I get, like, I'm glad that I live in a small apartment because it would be annoying to have to do this if you have a big house. Sometimes I'll hear a noise in the apartment and I'm in the living room, which is connected to the kitchen. So I'll just, like, grab a knife and I'll look through, like, each room to make sure that nobody's there. I'm like, oh, that would suck to have to do that if you had, like, a big house. Like, it takes long enough to do when you have, like, a small apartment. But what? It's probably just my OCD. I hear, like, noises and I'm like, ugh. What if someone broke into my house and we have to stab them? That would be really rough. That'd be a bad day. That would be a bad day, yeah. It's never happened. Maybe it's never happened because I'm so vigilant about it, you know? Exactly. And I have really good hearing. I have really good hearing and I have really good sense of smell. A really good sense of smell. It freaks my friends out because sometimes we'll be hanging out and I'm like, oh, did you have this exact dish from this exact restaurant a couple hours ago? And they're like, yeah, and why are you smelling my breath? And that's creepy. I'm like, well, I'm like, well, I can tell, like, exactly. It's actually powerful, yeah. There's a little bit of context clues too. Like, obviously I know what my friends like, so it narrows it down. But yeah, it's pretty good. But that's why I'm super sensitive to smell. So, like, I can't wear very much perfume, or a lot of days I just don't wear perfume because it's, like, too much for me. And it's clogging up my scent receptacles. You still there. Gagger's still so stuck on both of us. Both of us clearing the house with a knife. You know, you just gotta... Like they do in the, like... What was that show that I watched? Like NCIS? Like any show like that where they go through the rooms and they're like, clear, all clear. And then they go to the next room and they go to the next room. It's like that. It's fun. It's fun. Not just doing friends. I also don't do that. You do though. It's not like sniffing. You're like near them and then you smell them. And so because my sense of smell is better, I don't have to be as close. And I know exactly what it is. Like you get these ambient, you know, maybe humans are not operating at that level. I had to sleep with an axe under my bed. A full axe? I think I've only ever held an axe a couple of times. What was the one? Oh, I held a pickaxe. Maybe I'm weak. I held a pickaxe. Pickaxes are scary because I was really afraid I was going to swing it back and like accidentally impale the back of my skull on accident. So I did not like using a pickaxe. Didn't like that at all. Was not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah. Oh, it's so nice to have time off. For yard work. Yeah, the yard work. It was for Chio Papa. I was doing stuff for... What a throwback. Yeah, but I was working on 3.0 last night because... Here, wait. Let me go back up to... Oh my god. Every time one of you spells my last name wrong, you're getting put in a blender. Yup. Sorry to say, you're getting put in a blender. At some point, when you said anime with me, oops. You knew it was you. Am I getting executed, Shouakuma? Did I goof up? You've watched me for 3-4 years. Oh my god. One day, I will be so famous, you guys will not be able to make this mistake. Oh my god. No. Oh my god. Pistachio Shouakuma. Oh my god. It's literally at the top of the screen. It's literally, look it. Look it. My horns are scraping it right now. My horns are scraping it right now. It's on the, what the fuck? What is this? What is this? What is this? It's on the title. It's on the title. You guys don't have an excuse. I was like, oh, you know what's quite funny? I was like, oh, Choritochi, I don't show them my name enough. And then I look at the title of the screen. I look at the title of the thing. I look at the top of the screen. I was starting to feel like it was my fault. I was like, you know, I don't show Choritochi how to spell my last name enough. No. You guys, this exposure therapy is somehow not working. I'm gonna make you Bart Simpson, like, write pistachio Shouakuma on a blackboard 500 times. And by the end, you'll probably hate me. You guys ever had to do that? Had to write on a blackboard a million times because you were evil and bad? And evil? I've never been into your eyes. Oh, they're trying to redeem themselves. Watch the tour in their natural habitat trying to redeem yourselves. It's okay. It's okay. It's working. I had talk thrown at me. What? Oh, when you're not paying attention to the forehead. The forehead. Yeah. I've heard that is common in the human realm. Or ooh, you ever have to hold buckets of water at your side in the front of the room? You ever have to do that? Hold the buckets of water in both hands, balance the books on the head. Talk thrown at me. So they were you saying if they were a good shot. But otherwise it would be kind of embarrassing if they missed, you know? It'd be embarrassing if they missed and then they hit someone next to you. Yeah. That would be bad. I would not have good enough aim to do that if I was there. I threw it back once! Did you get in more trouble? And did you hit them? Did you have good aim at least? One time, someone was pissing me off in class and I didn't like them. I do not have good aim, but my demonic genes somehow came out like I was a genetic engineered mutant. I had a popcorn. This was probably very dangerous. I had a popcorn kernel and I was far away. Like we're talking like 10 feet away. I had a popcorn kernel and they were talking and I threw it into their open mouth and it hit like the back of their throat. It was literally like, dude, get me in the NFL. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. The demonic coordination was coming in for once in my life. I remember this story. Oh my god, you do. Kobe, it was actually crazy. How many times do you think I could get you at this? Oh my god, that's so funny. They are against. Yeah, last night when I was working on 3.0, I kind of went, I would not go so far as to say Menhera, but it was like the pre-rumblings of Menhera in the Discord because I was like, 3.0 has kind of been my white whale. I'm working with the little, you guys, you don't understand. There are biblical amounts of like, it's you know, a very mentally charged project. It was kind of getting to me, and then because I'm really far behind where I wanted to be with 3.0, I wanted to debut it with our 5-year anniversary, which is end of February, and it's like, could I maybe still make it? Yeah, but it would be rushed. And so it's like, I don't want to rush it. And I feel super guilty about how long it's behind. And every time there's a delay, I feel worse. I kind of feel like I'm straying to a Tatsuyan, like, you know, like carrot on the stick, like, it'll be done in 2 months. Oh, just kidding. A couple more months. Oh, just kidding. Got you again. And I feel like ontologically evil. And then, so then there's a lot of pressure on me while drawing, because then sometimes there'll be something I don't like, but I'm like, oh, I can't change it. I have to just finish it. I have to just finish it. And I don't like feeling like that. But then Shortachi in the Discord assuaged my brain. Because Shortachi made a good point, like, I'm the one that set that deadline. It's like, it's not like nobody likes this model, so it's okay if it's there forever. And yes, maybe I can sprinkle a couple behind the scenes every once in a while to keep Shortachi, you know. Yeah. Rigging is going to be interesting because both of my models before did not take a lot of time, but they were very close together. But now it's been so long since I've done rigging. It's going to be like I have to relearn it all over again. I'm going to have to relearn it all over again, and that's going to be a whole thing. So, but and you know, the landscape has changed a lot. It's like it's very different now rigging a model, so we will see. But that's what I was doing last night. I was having fun because there was a part of the model that I was not so happy with, and I was just saying, like, Chio, just get it out. Like, at this point, you know, just push it out. But I would I'm happy. I actually started on changing it and stuff, so I'm happy with I was looking. I'm happy with how I was looking. Because that's the thing that I keep thinking, and maybe it's, you know, making me take too long. It's like, I really want merch. I really want merch. In 3.0, I'm really going to push for merch. I'm going to commission a lot of stuff. And it's like, I better be freaking in love with every aspect of this design. If over the course of 3.0's lifespan, I'm probably going to drop like, you know, 4 digits on art. Like, you know what I mean? Which you guys are probably like, oh my god, that's so expensive. But a $50 commission here, a $100 commission here, over the lifespan of like, I've been a YouTuber for 5 years already. Another 5 years, that's chump change. That's chump change, you know what I mean? So, TLDR I would like to really like, especially if I get a 3D model. 3D model, I'm probably just gonna have to learn myself because it's so expensive. Like, the trackers are not even that bad now. 3D tracking you can get for like $300, But the models themselves, I mean, the models themselves are as much as a live 2D model. It's just, they feel more expensive to me because to me, a live 2D model is $0. I birthed myself in some odd cycle of samsara, but I've taken 3D sculpting classes before, but that was for like spaceships and guns and not like hard surface things, not soft and supple surfaces such as myself. So I don't know. I've seen some people do crazy stuff with Vroid, but that's just we're very strongly in the I don't know category. But I want a 3D concert so bad. I want a 3D concert so bad. What is Churtachi doing for the how much does your live 2D actually cost? Oh, maybe honestly 1.0 would have been cheap. I did 1.0 in a week. 2.0 would have been bad. I did 2.0 in a month. I mean, what are we talking, like minimum wage? Even if this was like minimum wage, I've spent minimum 200 hours on this model. Minimum 200 hours on this model. That's like at least would cost $3,000. Yeah, so money sucks. Money sucks. Money sucks. Yeah, so something like that. What are you two doing for your holidays? I'm going to a New Year's Eve party, and then I'm seeing Chio Papa on not New Year's Eve party, Christmas Eve party. Then 2 years in 200 hours. Something so beautiful about the number 200, huh? Oh, I'm getting texts. I'm getting texts from my friend that I study with. She's going to the human realm for like all of Christmas break, so I'm not gonna be able to see them. So I'm gonna try and hang out with them before they go to the human realm. Yeah. I'm gonna go to a Christmas Eve party and then I'm gonna see Chio Papa, and then I'm gonna stay in the human realm for a couple days because I'm gonna go horseback riding. So I'm gonna stay. I'm going to stay there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But I don't know if I'm doing anything in December. I am like, what's the word? Removed from the workforce. Do you say your job gives you an average or above average amount of time off? Above or normal? Or are you the type of person that just banks it? Because you've probably... Did you take 2 or 3 weeks off this year? Because I know you take one near your birthday. I know you took one off for a game release. I'm not doing anything in particular either. What? It's the holidays. That's how I have to do something. Do you have your Christmas trees up? Please tell me you have your Christmas trees up. Please, please, please. I get proud pretty quick. Oh, nice. I don't have a tree. No. You can't say that. Go get one right now. Go get one right this instant right now. Doesn't have to be a real one. Get a fake one. Fake ones are better, and then keep it for 20 years. I also don't have a tree. Oh my god. This is wrong. This is wrong. Imagine having trees. What? Is there a single tourist that you hear that has a Christmas tree up? What? You celebrate Christmas though, right? If you don't celebrate Christmas, then obviously you don't need a tree. Obviously, if you celebrate a different holiday or you don't celebrate a holiday. But don't have money for that. I am Gonzo. Hello, Gonzo. Konban, Gonzo. Okay, Churtachi, this is what you have to do. After Christmas this year, you are going to wait. You don't have one either. After Christmas, you're going to wait a week or 2, and they're going to sell the synthetic Christmas trees on like 60% off. You then buy a Christmas tree at 60% off for like, you can get it like sub $100. You can get them for like 70 bucks. And then you keep it for the next 20, 30 years of your life. And you will be Oh, I'm getting so many texts. I'm getting so many texts. Why am I so famous? We're all going over to my research advisor's house. The whole lab is going over to the research advisor's house this Sunday, and they're like trying to organize it. Why didn't we went inside too? Because we have New Year's trees, but I don't like holiday trees. What? This is like seeing. We all celebrate Hanukkah. Get the Hanukkah trees that are becoming mildly popular. What? This is crazy. The tree is the best part because you get to decorate it, and it's really pretty, and it makes your whole house look like super pretty. I like can't believe that. You don't have to get a real tree. Real trees, I think, are way too much hassle. What you need is just like a 6 to 8 foot tall, depending on how much trouble you want to give yourself. A 6 to 8 foot tall synthetic tree. And nowadays they make them that they're easy to put together. They're just like 3 parts to put together. Back in the day, Chio Papa and I, our Christmas tree at home, it comes in individual branches that you need to sort by size. They're not labeled. Years ago, we put Sharpie on them to label what goes where. And there's probably 50 of them. And you have to... need to bother, but that's the thing. You have to make a new tradition one. Because Chio Papa has all of the childhood ornaments at his house. So I just... Well, we took... Actually, that's a lie. I shouldn't lie to you. He has all of, like, the sentimental ones. But I took all the ones that we could never put up because we had pets. Like, my grandma had one that I wasn't really, like, emotionally attached to because I never saw it on the tree. But they're, like, glass blown... like, blown glass ornaments, which are cool. The old style, like, glass ornaments. I do that all on my tree because... this is the first time I'm living somewhere that doesn't have pets. My dad was telling stories about how we used to have cats and they would climb the tree. Because my Chio Papa used to get real trees. They would climb the trees and you would come up in the middle of the night and 2 like orange eyes would be staring back at you. 2 orange eyes would be staring back at you from in the tree. And then he pointed it out. There's still like micro holes in the wall where he had to patch it because they would climb up the wall. Somehow they would climb up the wall and then sit in the tree. But he said they didn't do that as soon as he got a synthetic tree. As soon as he got a synthetic tree, they didn't care. I guess I could decorate that. Yeah, see? You could put garland around it. I love cats so much. Yeah, it's so funny. And so there'd be like, we always joke because our Christmas tree now is I think like 30 years old or I don't know, it's something crazy. You know how a real tree sheds needles all over the floor? Our synthetic one does that every year. Like a freaking gallon of synthetic needles falls off every year. And every year we keep putting it, eventually it's gonna be like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. It still looks fine. We have to do some zhuzhing. We take each leaf of it and they're like opposable, kind of like opposable thumbs. And we like crunch them all up so it looks like they have more volume. It looks like they have more volume than they do. An authentic experience, yeah. All they have to do is scent it now. Scent it and it would be really realistic. What does it do, regrow it? I know it feels like that though. It feels like that because I don't know, like we've been doing it every year and it's still fine. Yeah, it's crazy. This is so weird. I don't know what to do with myself. I started cleaning. I got home and I cleaned a whole bunch. Because like, I have free time. It's strange. It's very... Sorry, I'm like... what's that called? Hiccuping. Boot grease actually smells like fine. Then take some boot grease and slather it on this coat stand. And put some garland around it and put... It's like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. See? This is good. This is like, there's a saying that lives in infamy in my head, and it's only tangentially related to this conversation, but you will see how I'm gonna tie it back in. The phrase is, I'm probably butchering it. It's something like, to live in a village, you have to be a villager. You know, because everybody says like it takes a village, and everyone wants to live in like a nice community where people get along and do that. But to do that, you have to like do community thing. And sort of in that same vein, if you want like the, oh, beautiful Hallmark Christmas, life is like a Hallmark Christmas and, you know, everything's beautiful, you have to make the effort to, it's hard, especially when you're busy and you're an adult and you have like, you know, a job, and maybe you don't have kids, so you don't see the reason to. I still think I mean, this is like me being completely biased because December is like my favorite month, is my favorite time of year, but it feels good. If you guys, maybe you think you don't understand where I'm coming from, you know, 1 year, just 1 year, that's all I'm asking. 1 year, go to the thrift store maybe, or maybe this year after Christmas, get some Christmas decorations when they're really on sale, and then next year, try and decorate. I got string lights for $1 a box on sale last year, and just hang up a couple string lights inside your apartment. You know, you could even do like a small like 3-foot Christmas tree to start, and like 1 or 2 ornaments, and you know, and bake a batch of seasonal cookies, a good gingerbread. You know, if you don't like gingerbread, there's other seasonal cookies. And just see how it feels. And the busy working man needs to be taught the joys of Christmas. I was meant to be in a Hallmark movie because I want to teach everybody the joys of Christmas. It is so good. It is the most whimsical, beautiful, magical time of year. And I feel like crazy because literally this is gonna make me sound like I'm so into Christmas. I'm like mentally unwell. When it is December, if it snows in December, and I'm walking outside and it's late at night and it's cold and like there's snowflakes coming down, I will start tearing up on the street. I'm so serious. I think there's like nothing more beautiful than it snowing in December. I don't even care if it's in like a beautiful part of town. I'm not talking about downtown. I'm talking about like some back alley, backwater, you know, side of a highway. If I see snowflakes in December at night, I will like be overcome with emotion. I am so into this time of year. Sorry, it's really loud outside. I'll be like overcome with emotion. I'm so happy. This is the time of year. I'm kind of upset that I was so busy with classes. I did decorate like the first week of December, but the tree hasn't gone up yet because I had to move a heavy piece of furniture. I did it today by myself, and now there's scuff marks in the floor. Just don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone that I scuffed up the floor, okay? But now there's space for me to put up the Christmas tree. And yeah, I'm very excited. I have to do that tonight. I have to do that tonight because I cannot let it get any today. If I do it today, I will have at least a week of looking at it. At least a week of looking at it. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Technically, Shouakuma Shuffle. They're supposed to be kind of short, huh? And they're supposed to be over an hour, and it's now an hour and 18 minutes. So with that, I think we're gonna start winding down, and maybe we're gonna end the stream kind of soon. Yeah. Hope you guys have fun. Hope you guys enjoy me yapping. Sorry it wasn't so cute today. I went on some kind of insane tangents today. Sorry. And still, after 5 years, this idol stuff is still kind of hard, huh? It's still kind of hard, but I'm working on it. In case I'm late, I'm so excited for stream. Yeah, tomorrow is Mega Man X. I was so worried that I accidentally wrote on the schedule Mecha Man X. See you later, big dog. See you later, little dog. Yeah. I was so worried that I accidentally wrote Mecha Man X on the schedule. I had to like obsessively check it like 3 times before I posted it because I was stressed out. It should go at least 2 hours because it's on Twitch. Twitch streams go at least 2 hours, and shuffles go at least an hour. Well, shuffles go however long I deign them to go. So yeah, I'm stretching. Ooh, I'm making enchilada soup. is my own recipe that I'm making up as I go along. That would have been funny. I'm making enchilada soup. It's my own recipe that I made up. I didn't even look up a recipe online. It's just coming from my new Twitter banner. Oh my god. I was so worried. Because Tour messaged me like, oh, you got the schedule wrong. And I was like, oh my god, please tell me it wasn't. They thought the times were wrong, but no. The times were okay. The times confused me. Because today was an hour later than normal. And then tomorrow's normal. And then Saturday is 3 hours later than normal. It's all... It must get confusing for Tour Tachi who are in different parts of the world. Where, like, when I write a Thursday stream... and is a later than normal, is actually Friday for you. Or like, you know, Saturday, GMT is at 2 a.m. So it's technically a Sunday stream for you. If your brain works like that. So, yeah, I hope... I don't know. What does one even spoil about? I want to give like some snapshots. Or like some behind the scenes of 3.0. But I don't even know it's good. Like, what do you... I don't know what to do this, not like crazy, you know, spoiler nuke. There's a couple of things that I think are gonna blow Tsuretouch's mind. But count to the things that are gonna blow Tsuretouch's mind. I don't know. We'll definitely have to come up with something good. Give them a glimpse beyond the pale. Don't they like that? Okay. We're gonna go. Be nice to yourself and be nice to us. 3 hair doggles like a cyclops. Be nice to yourself and be nice to others. Stay safe. I'll see you later. Bye. See you. Oh, bye.